Krish Mataji, dear brothers and sisters. Let's start this new week of meditation by collectively, from the whole world, as one being, do a collective namaskar with full attention and consciousness to the Devi in her primordial form. Namaskar, Kundalini.
Today we have gathered here to worship the Adikundalini and your own Kundalini, both of them. Because your Kundalini is the reflection of the Adikundalini. We have understood a lot about Kundalini. And also we know that through her awakening only, through her ascent only, we have ascended into a very higher realm of consciousness. It's not only that we have risen to a very higher realm of awareness, but that it has granted us so many powers that never before in the history of spirituality people had this power of awakening of Kundalini. As soon as they got their awakening, perhaps, they went more on to the left or to the right and tried to achieve powers which were not so much for the benevolence of others. Buddha has written clearly that when the incarnation of future Buddha, that is Matraya, three mothers put together, comes in, that time it will be used for the benevolence of people. This is one of the signs of the people, not only of Sahajogis, but of the people. So how can it be unless and until those who are Buddhas, means those who are realized souls, know the science of Kundalini. Those people who had very little knowledge about Kundalini, who must have read in some scriptures or somewhere which is being described, started misusing it. And so they became tantrikas. But Tantra, as you know very well, is the mechanism of Kundalini. And the yantra is the Kundalini itself, is the machine. Today, I think, as we know so much about Kundalini, how it passes through different centers, how it rises, all those things as we know, we should find out how we can nourish our Kundalini. That's very important to know. First of all, there's a big difference between you people and other people who got their realization. First big difference is this, that this power you have achieved Sahaja, easily. Others had to go to Himalayas, stand in the cold there for days together. So many died, live in the caves, eating fruits, sometimes nothing. Even Buddha's time, they had to use only one piece of cloth to cover their body. And they had to ask for alms in the villages and somehow cook some food and eat it, whether it was cold or hot, no comforts. On the contrary, he taught them that we should give up all our comforts, because you can live without comforts. But none of them got realization, and none of them could do the work of awakening of Kundalini. So the difference is too much. The way you got your realization, the way your Kundalini in a very Sahaj manner was awakened, and the way you are manifesting those powers that you have got. For example, you can give realization to others, you can cure others, you can feel the vibrations of others. There are some Sahajogis who can control rain, sun, moon, everything. Such yogis, some of them, have tremendous powers of prayers. Just by praying, they have saved the lives of many people. And these powers were available to some of them, even to the rishis and great munis on those days. But their powers were not based on love and compassion. This is your special field because you have to work for the benevolence of the people. Their field was to protect themselves or to destroy. So they developed powers of curses, like sharp. They could curse people. You haven't got that power. You cannot curse anyone. Very nicely, that power I've cancelled. Nor do I curse. I can, but I never curse it. Because our basis is love and compassion and tenderliness. They were very hot-tempered people, most of them, extremely hot-tempered. And sometimes they used also terrible, harsh languages whenever they spoke about the people who were not realized or who were troubling them. This was very funny, the way they were angry with the society, the way they described them. Some of them did not look at the society, did not denounce the society, did not say bad things about the society. But they were only satisfied with themselves. Or they wrote about the blessings that they are having. But you have a new dimension. You have to use your powers for the benevolence of the people. So, also, your Kundalini was awakened so Sahaja. It is because of the love and compassion of your mother. So this time, we should say, your Kundalini can only be nourished if you develop within yourself the sense of pure love and pure compassion. First, I've used the word pure. That's my name also. That means you have to be innocent to begin with. If you are not innocent, then you have certain problems, maybe with your lust. Maybe your love might be directed towards some person only. Kundalini is not like that. She rises, she goes to all the chakras, she doesn't get involved into any. She tries to cure every chakra, nourish that chakra, and she is only worried about her ascent. In the same way, a Sahajogi should not get involved into any relationship as such. It's possible. You don't have to become like Buddha's disciples. For example, as I have always told you, the sap in the tree rises and goes to various parts of the tree and then evaporates or comes back. So this passage should be kept open. And once this passage is kept open, the Kundalini can rise very easily without any trouble. But this passage can be closed in case you get too much involved into one thing. Because there are some people who get involved, say, in their parents to begin with. All right, in the beginning I know those who come in the beginning to Sahaja Yoga will start saying, mother, my father's sisters, husbands, these things, that is sick. So will you please cure that person? Very common. They'll write long, long letters describing the relationship, and I really lose the connection. Who is this one? Without writing the names, they will give all the connections that they have. These are all artificial connections. Tomorrow some calamity comes on you. These relationships are of no use. On the contrary, you'll find they'll take advantage of it. You cannot depend on these relations of yours, in what family you were born, in what religion you were born, in what country you are born, because now you are a universal being. So you are no more related through these artificial relationships, but you are related through your spiritual relationships. Unless and until we establish that within ourselves. That doesn't mean you give up your husband, give up your wife, give up your children, nothing of the kind. But that means that if you have to give up our conditionings, we have to give up all these things. There are all kinds of conditionings we have. If there are some good conditionings, still we should give up. In the sense, they should not be conditionings, but we should be master of them. For example, Indians have one good conditioning in a way in their own country, that they must have their bath early in the morning. I used to do the same. Then England is horrible for that. It takes its respite. If you do that in England, it's a cursed country. You just can't do that. You have to take your bath in the night, otherwise give up bathing. And one has to change. But if you have that conditioning, then you will feel very sad. Oh, I missed my bath. I can't sleep now. I can't feel all right. I am not normal. It's a good conditioning, but still it is enslaving you. So whether it is good or bad, if it is a conditioning, we should try to see it clearly. It's a conditioning. That doesn't mean that you should go in the opposite direction, that all right, I'll never have my bath. That's not the way. It is that, all right, if it doesn't suit in the morning, I'll have it in the evening. Also, it doesn't matter, once in a while I miss it. The bath cannot control me. I'll control the bath. Nothing should control you. Then the Kundalini moves first, because you must have complete liberty. If you do not have complete liberty, then the Kundalini won't move. We have conditionings of our families, of our religion, of our country. These conditionings, as far as possible, is to be seen clearly that we have got it through our family. If you are born a Christian, you will always be more attached to Christ. Christ you have not seen, you don't know whether he existed or not, whether this Bible is true or not, but you will be more attached to Bible. Now, if you are a Hindu, you will be more attached to Gita or to Vedas or something. This creates imbalance, because we must have the same attitude towards all the religions, towards all the scriptures. That's the sign of a saint. So this conditioning has to go. In what country you are born is another conditioning which has to be fought out. Very important it is. I don't want to discuss the conditionings of different countries, but you know very well. After realization, when you rise higher than your society which is surrounding you, you start understanding and you start describing. I have come to know about the stupidity of all these countries through the people who belong to that country. For example, a Frenchman will say, Mother, this is typical French mind. He's a French, otherwise born. Or a Hindu will say, Mother, this is typically a Hindu man. He will do like this. So then you understand that you are not typifying that country. You are a universal being and you are living like a universal being. Once you become the universal being, then also you realize that the skin deep complexion makes no difference in the world. So then you don't start hating somebody who is darker than you or who is fairer than you. Both ways it works. It's not only the people who are fair hate the darker ones, but darkers also hate equally. And mutually they believe that they are all absolutely wrong. If you ask a fanatic about another religion, he'll say that's the worst religion, his is the best. And you ask another fanatic, he will say his is the best, the rest of it is the worst. That means all of them are the worst, in a general opinion. Everybody seems to be the worst. All the fanatics are the worst. If you take a general consensus, you see. Nobody will say that all right, my religion is all right, and at least one another is all right. Nobody. If you ask an Englishman, he'll say, Mother, this is typically English. You can't help it. They get so angry. I've seen the English getting angry with the other English for misbehaving or doing something towards me. But I don't, because they're blind. So here, the compassion should come within you as a universal being, that by God's grace you have risen higher. In the real sense of the word, it is not just you are certified, you are realized souls. No. You are realized souls, no doubt. You are. Sakshat. So, then as it is now, you are absolutely certified by God that you are realized souls. Naturally, you must change everything. No use typifying yourself, identifying yourself with something that is now you have given up. For example, from the egg now you have become the birds. Now birds don't identify themselves with the eggs and settle down in one place. They fly. Now they have become birds. There are no more eggs. In the same way, we should accept our position. We should accept ourselves as realized souls with self-esteem and understanding as to what is our purpose of life now. It is changed completely, entirely. Once you understand the purpose of your life innately, not outside because I am saying or it's a mental process, but inside you feel responsible. You have got realization to spread it all over the world and to emancipate the whole world. Once you realize this point, then automatically you take up responsibilities and the Kundalini will rise.
Sahaja, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. Dear brothers and sisters, let's collectively align ourselves to be that universal being. Attention above Sahasrara, attention completely united with the attention of the Devi, this source of the universal attention. Let's try and develop a strong focus to be completely one with the attention of the Devi and to be truly collective from the heart, not from the from the right side. Collectivity from the heart. Shri Ganesh mantra 4 times. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Ganesha Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोर्ध्वात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वमानन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादिं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारपरतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकारपूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपं बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादसन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निच्छृद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्। एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदञ्च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः। नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेऽस्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
एकदन्तं महाकायं तप्तकाञ्चनसन्निभं लम्बोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्। मौञ्जी कृष्णाजिनधरं नागयज्ञोपवीतिनं बालेन्दुसुकलामौलिं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्। अम्बिकारदयानन्दं मातृभिः परिवेष्टितं भक्तिप्रियं मदोन्मत्तं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्। चित्ररत्नविचित्राङ्गं चित्रमालाविभूषितं चित्ररूपधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्। गजवक्त्रं सुरश्रेष्ठं कर्णचामरभूषितं पाशाङ्कुशधरं देवं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्। मूषकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमहाहवे योद्धुकामं महावीर्यं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वसिद्धविद्याधरैः सदा स्तूयमानं महाबाहुं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् सर्वविघ्नहरं देवं सर्वविघ्नविवर्जितं सर्वसिद्धिप्रदातारं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम्
Now, let's balance left side and right side for 1 minute. Let's start with left side. Right hand on the floor. Complete attention on the collective left side. And complete surrender to the collective left side and the superego and all the catches and negativities, possessions, all adharma of left side collectively, individually. Complete surrender. We need to have a strong and collective attention so that the cleansing is fast and efficient. Shri Mahakali Bhairava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Bhairava Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Bhairava Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother Kali, please destroy, destroy all negativity within us, collectively, individually. Focus on the right side. Right hand on the lap, left hand over the shoulder. Again, very collective and strong attention on the collective right side and individual right side. Complete surrender of ego, of mind, of thoughts, of actions, and all reactions, even the deepest, the subtlest. We just surrender. Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Hanumana Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now, both hands on the lap, all attention on the complete central channel and in the super consciousness above the central channel, above Sahasrara, where the divine consciousness, the collective consciousness resides. Shri Adikundalini Mata, from the heart, with full love and full attention. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Adikundalini Mata Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Kundalini Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Saksha Shri Adi Kundalini Mata Saksha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's try and have a strong collective attention in the super consciousness above Sahasrara. Super consciousness, which is like 1,000,000 of suns in one. Pure divine consciousness of the Devi. And let completely surrender. We surrender until we become pure light, pure consciousness, pure love, pure vibrations. Where is our attention? Where is our attention? Let's allow Mother Kundalini to spread her wings completely and rise so powerfully that we are completely blown away in complete awe. We need to reach that level in our consciousness where we let Mother Kundalini rise completely within us, collectively, and make us jump into the new reality of the super consciousness beyond Sahasrara. Let collectively reach that level of attention where we all become super beings, super consciousness beyond Sahasrara. Now, before finishing the meditation, let's ensure that we have a complete open heart with the Devi herself in her complete form in our heart, which means our heart must be bigger than the creation, bigger than the millions and millions of universes. Let's open our heart and let the Devi herself establish herself in our heart. Let's welcome her in our heart with full love, full devotion, and ask for forgiveness if our heart is not clean enough for her. But please beg her to come and establish herself in our heart, because she is our mother and we are her children. Now, let's allow the the super consciousness beyond Sahasrara and also in our heart to expand. Let's project that super consciousness, that collective super consciousness. We project it so that these millions and millions of sun in one become billions and billions of sun in one, trillions and trillions of suns in one, bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's feel the glow of our being collectively, individually, and the light is expanding as if we were these millions and millions, trillions and trillions of sun in one, glowing, radiating, pure light, pure love, pure vibrations, pure compassion, all the powers of Mother Kundalini, completely drenching the whole planet, the 8 billions of people, with love, with pure vibration, with realization, awakening of their Kundalinis through our pure desire and attention. Let's collectively focus on the 8 billions of people and ask in our heart Mother Kundalini to give realization to as many people as possible, to make all humanity feel the pure love of the collective, because we are pure love and pure compassion, are our main characteristics as yogis. collective Namaskar and Kundalini with thanks that we are saying in our heart to the primordial mother.
Om.